The perfect storm, when the natural elements come to one point and multiply their destructive capacity. This crisis looks exactly like this perfect storm. Of course, responsible and knowledgeable economists and politicians should always be ready for such a development. But indeed, it comes every time unexpectedly. Well, as winter comes to Russia unexpectedly every year.
Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin has said the U.S. should take a lesson from the pages of Russian history and not exercise excessive intervention in economic activity and blind faith in the state's omnipotence. In the 20th century, the Soviet Union made the state's role absolute, Putin said during a speech at the opening ceremony of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. In the long run, this made the Soviet economy totally uncompetitive. This lesson cost us dearly. I am sure nobody wants to see it repeated. Sounding more like Barry Goldwater than the former head of the KGB, Putin said, "Nor should we turn a blind eye to the fact that the spirit of free enterprise, including the principle of personal responsibility of business people, investors and shareholders for their decisions, is being eroded in the last few months. There is no reason to believe that we can achieve better results by shifting responsibility onto the state." Putin also echoed the words of conservative maverick Ron Paul when he said, "We must assess the real situation and write off all hopeless debts and bad assets. True, this will be an extremely painful and unpleasant process. Far from everyone can accept such measures, fearing for their capitalization, bonuses, or reputation. However, we would conserve and prolong the crisis unless we clean up our balance sheets." Putin gets it. Mr. President, why don't you?
For the Bears to go all the way, baby. Dun, 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 dun.